Rhea Ripley has acknowledged this awkward WWE situation, and in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what that is, what she had to say, and why she is okay with it, and why you should be as well. Because Rhea Ripley, she is back, she's in full force, and she has done some pretty cool things since returning from injury, right? We had a scare earlier this year following WrestleMania with Rhea Ripley, and we didn't know at one point whether or not how 2024 would end for Rhea Ripley. Think about what this woman has been able to go through throughout 2024, right? She had to go through the just mediocre rise, just this unbelievable run in 2023, winning the Women's Royal Rumble match, beating Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania 39 to win the women's title. Then she opens it with Nia Jax in her home country in Australia at the Elimination Chamber PLE. Then she goes and she feuds with Becky Lynch. That feud put Rhea, in my opinion, in another level. And then what they've been able to do with her and Liv Morgan. Now, obviously, we're coming out of SummerSlam 2024, and they've done some tremendous work with Rhea, Dominic Mysterio, and Liv Morgan. If you think about where we have come from April, where Rhea Ripley first was injured, suffering an AC joint sprain in her shoulder, was sidelined, had to vacate the title to come back, to be able to finally set the point, that triangular point of Rhea, Liv, and Dominic at the very top of this triangle to really solidify her place as one of the best to ever do it. And I just said that, to best to ever do it. She has charisma. She's always had charisma. She's never had, up until really she met the Judgment Day, her character was down. She's found that, because now, as we're seeing, she had been a heel for the longest time. Now she's portraying a babyface, and she's doing so in a marvelous way, because it had looked like she was going to align herself with Dominic, and they were going to be a full force yet again after some troubles in the water because of Liv Morgan. But obviously, SummerSlam happened. Dominic Mysterio, he turned his back on Mommy. He turned his back on Rhea Ripley, and he aligned himself with Liv Morgan. And this has always been an interesting dynamic if you look at Dominic and Rhea, right? Because you have these two, and both are in serious relationships, right? Dominic Mysterio, he has his girl, and Rhea Ripley is obviously in a very serious relationship with Buddy Matthews over in AEW. And anytime that you have to, whether it's in pro wrestling or it's in Hollywood, have to have an on-screen relationship, things can get a little awkward. And this is something that Rhea has had to deal with, and this is something that she recently spoke with. I don't know if I would be okay with that if my wife had to be in an on-screen relationship. I don't know if I'd be okay with that. Right now, we've never necessarily seen Dominic and Rhea kiss. It's always been this weird dynamic, although they've alluded to them being in a relationship, yet they've never really shown affection to one another. It's quite interesting. But this is what she had to say in regards to how they deal with her and Buddy Matthews, how they deal with having one another be in these types of situations while speaking with TV Insider. This is what she had to say. There is a level of respect. So luckily for me, my husband, Buddy Matthews, is in the business, so he knows what goes on and is needed from us. He understands my schedule, storylines, and everything. He gets it. He was in the same sort of thing with the Aaliyah Mysterio. I feel like us keeping communication of what is going on is the level of respect that is needed between an actual relationship and an on-screen relationship. He knows I love him, and I feel safe with him, and he feels safe with me. Nothing will change that. With Dirty Dom, we had fun. We had a special connection, too, even though it was more work-related. We have that connection. I love doing things with him. I love working with him. I love this storyline. I love everything about it. The two get along, which is also a plus, end quote. Yeah, that's also interesting. She also talked about a lot of different topics, including the likes of WWE signing Julia and Stephanie Valker. She said, I think it's amazing. I love watching the women's division grow and flourish. having all these incredible women come to WWE is only going to elevate the women's division even more. I can't wait to see the kind of matches they put on in NXT. I think they are going to be incredible. Once they come to Raw and SmackDown, that's where the fun begins. I'm so excited about that. I think it's going to be a massive change for them, but a good change. In regards to the recent working relationship between WWE and TNA, obviously we've seen several TNA stars. Jordan Grace, obviously Joe Hendry, right, and countless others. They've come to NXT, and NXT has sent talent to TNA. She was also asked about the possibility of taking on one of TNA's wrestlers. She said, I mean, I would love to face Jordan Grace. I think that would be a heck of a match. Strong girl versus strong girl. She probably has more size on me, but, mommy is strong. I would love it, though. It'd be an awesome match. Just seeing WWE and TNA meshing together is such a step in the right direction. I'm excited to see what the future brings with that and how many others we can swap and change over, because anything can happen. And then she talked about how her relationship with Buddy and everything like that. So very insightful interview by Rhea, I thought. A few very interesting topics, but really that relationship aspect, it can be very awkward. But I'm glad to hear that Rhea, Buddy, Dominic, and his girl, they all get along, and everything's smooth in that department, right? Happy wife, happy life, as they say, and I'm living proof of it. Keep your girls happy out there, fellas. Just keep them happy, and all will be well within the world. That is one of your top priorities of the days. I would say that. That would be my advice, coming from someone who has been married for 7 years.
WrestleSTAR fam.
Absolutely mind-boggling.
A few news and notes here. First of all, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you are notified every single time we upload new wrestling content here to the channel. Also, if you would like to further support the channel and my family, please consider dropping some money on a membership, subscribing to that. You'll get additional content. There's a bunch of awesome perks out there, including members-only videos, which I highly recommend you go and check out. Also, if you are looking for some sweet pro wrestling merch, down in the description below, I have a link with some 2 sweet promo codes, including free shipping. All that information down in the description below. Thank you so much for changing my life, my family's life, and supporting the channel. And I will see y'all in